Hey guys, today I'm going to show you how to create this eye look using the Kokie Cosmetics Artist Palette in Utopia. I've done tutorials using the other Kokie Artist Palettes on my channel before, so be sure to check those out if you like this brand, like this style of palette. They're pretty awesome. I do come out with new videos every week, so be sure to turn on your notifications down below and hit that subscribe button. This look actually sort of mimics the colors on the cover, and I'm really enjoying that. Alright guys, so we're going to start right into it. If you do hear some clicking in the background, that's my boyfriend working on his computer. I apologize. But let's start by priming the eye. We are using one of my favorites, the Wet n Wild concealer, to do this. I use this all the time. It makes such a perfect base for the eyeshadows. I use the shade Light Ivory, and I'm just going to blend it out with a sponge. But you can use whatever eyeshadow primer or concealer that you have in your collection. I just find that this one actually helps keep the shadows on and does a really nice job of getting rid of the veininess on my eyes. If you are someone that does have kind of more translucent eyelids or you deal with veininess, sometimes using a concealer or like a tinted eyeshadow primer is going to be more beneficial to you. Now, since there's not a super light shade in this palette to set down the concealer in a way that I like it, I'm going to grab just this random color right here, this one, from a Wet n Wild palette. And I'm just going to use that to really set everything into place. By everything, I mean the concealer. You could also use a translucent setting powder if you want to do that instead. Works just as well. I just like putting powder on top of powder, and using a color like this because it matches my skin tone just works as an extra added, I don't know, smoothing of the base, if you will. But now we'll actually go into this palette right here, what this video is all about, from Kokie, and it's the Utopia palette. Aren't these colors so beautiful? I'm obsessed. I'm taking my Morphe M441 and I'm going into this shade right here. The palette does have shade names, but they're on the back, so I'm not going to bother. I'm just going to show you which shade I'm using, and it's this one right here. I hope that doesn't offend you guys, but it just makes it so much easier just to show the color. And I'm just sweeping that from the crease upwards. I find that whenever I use this palette, this color in particular goes really well as sort of a transition with a lot of the shades. Now I'm taking one of my absolute favorite brushes of all time, the Sephora Pro Featherweight Crease Brush. It's so good. It's so good. But again, use whatever brushes you have in your collection, and we're going into this deep purple right here. It's really pretty. I've been promising a video using this palette for a while, so I'm excited to finally get a look out for you guys. I'm just putting this lower in the crease. It is going to go up a bit into the other shade, but that's what we want. It's perfectly fine. And you can be super messy with this. Like, I'm even going to kick some out here because, yeah, see, you could even just like, I don't have any face makeup on yet. So I'm literally just going to take a makeup wipe and cut out that edge. I'm just going to go ahead back into that brown shade we just used and blend the two together. I'm going to sweep some of this out as well, just so that when I cut out the edge like this, it's not going to look uneven. So I usually would do this towards the end, but I'm just going to show you now. You can just go just like that with the makeup wipe, and then you clean up those edges. I'm going to mix two of the shades. I'm going to mix this kind of seafoam green here and the light blue, but mostly it's going to be the light blue shade. You're not going to really see this through the seafoam blue, but I wanted to show it to you because you can do the same look with the green instead of the blue base. So it is really versatile, and you can do a look with the purple in this kind of color, or you could do it with the blue. So now I'm going to take that blue, so pretty, and put it right over it. These shadows layer really nicely as well. I feel like this is one of those looks that looks a little more complicated than it actually is, just because it's got the bolder colors. But the actual creation and the execution of doing it isn't that hard. Then what I'm going to do is go in with a little bit more of a dense brush into that purple. So this is the Morphe E18. I really want the crease to be deeper than the blue. I mean, it is in general, but we really want it to be pulled back so that the blue is more forward and making the eyelid look like it's popping more, and blend it a little bit more. And then I might just go back in with a little bit of the blue around the top edge where the crease is, just so we don't lose that nice round shape of the lid. This color is the perfect icy inner corner and under the brow highlight. So we're taking the Morphe M124 and we're gonna pop that right in the corner. And if you want to intensify it some more, you can make it wet. Spray it with a little setting spray, and then under the brow. Focusing the most under this piece here, and then just smoothing out any extra towards the tail of the brow. You can further clean up with your concealer after, if necessary. Now we're going to go on an angled brush into the deep blue, and we're just going to create a fake, not fake because it is technically lining your lashes, but an eyeliner. I know I've said it a million times, but using eyeshadow as a liner is one of the easiest ways to add a little bit more to your look, and it's just very soft and a little more foolproof than using like a liquid eyeliner or an eye pencil. It may not last quite as long on the eye, but it's great when you're in a hurry as well. Alright, so that's it for the top part of the eye. I'm going to go ahead and put the rest of my makeup on, and then I'll come back and we'll finish up the lower part of the eye. Alright, I am back with the rest of my makeup on, and we're going to finish up this eye right here. First thing we're going to do is take that same angled brush that we used to make the wing, and we're going to go right back into that blue. Now this one does have a little bit more fallout, so just be careful when you press it. Right in that outer corner, and you want to make sure that it connects to the wing. And we're only really bringing it about right here. And then we're going to leave it alone. Then we're going to go into the deep purple that we put in the crease on a flat brush. This is the Morphe M432. And we're going to place that right in the center. Then I'm going to take a tiny bit of that and put it right underneath the blue. And finally, we take that little highlighting brush that we used before and just finish off that inner corner. Really make that icy highlight show. As the last step, add whatever mascara you want to put on. I'm using this little sample size of the Tarte Maneater. It's not the most volumizing mascara, but I really like the length and separation that it gives. And I'm also trying to go through some of the mascaras that I already have open. And this is the final eye look. I hope you enjoyed it. Something a little blue and purple, a little out of the comfort zone of where I'm usually at. I tend to do, you know, pinks and bronzes and just warmer toned looks, but this is a nice cool tone, blue, purple. It's fun. It'll be a nice going out sort of eyeshadow look. Thank you guys so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed this quick tutorial. Super easy to do, but gives you a nice smoky eye look. And be sure to stay tuned for more videos every week. And I love you guys. Thank you so much for watching. Leave me a comment down below, and I hope to see you soon.